mother. Yeah.
It's just Bernie.
Hey, Bernie, just like last week, huh?
Weekend at Bernie's.
All right, it's just Bernie. What is going on? Hope everybody is having a blessed day. Today it is just me, myself, and I, and all of you beautiful souls joining in with us. And I just spent the last 10 hours getting sidetracked on Pinterest, but making sure that I sourced all of the photos that I collected and downloaded 1,600 photos, although there's probably a few hundred duplicates by accident, and I don't know how many we will get through today, but here's one up, and we're going to be looking at what is either some sort of megalithic culture, maybe giants, maybe titans, definitely what looks like some biogeology that's going to be included, as well as what I would only be able to describe as some sort of creator or like master builder race or society that once existed. And it also seems like we're going to see evidence of actual biogeology, also known as mud fossils, or the actual titans megafauna of the past. And yeah, it's gonna be a heck of a show here. So without further ado, for all of you, I did want to show this one before we went further. It actually claims to have the well, how is the sound? First of all, can everybody hear me? And secondly, this in Cusco, Ictan, is it? But I've seen video of when they actually jackhammered the entrance of this up, and it went into an underground cave lake that they then kayaked through and came out with all sorts of parts and what can only be described as ancient aliens and elongated skull folk. But I think there is some pictures of that as well. And then also the different languages. What would be maybe master builder race or language, pictographic, symbolic, higher knowledge languages. And of course, I do know the name of it, but as soon as you go live, you get that mental break. It will come back to me which one it is. Hello, good day. There's many of these tablets with this different language, pictographic languages. Where are we here? There we go. Well, see, and this, I believe, is a picture from Stonehenge, and it's showing some sort of inner core, this higher, what would that be? Granite, probably red granite by the looks of it. But what is this then? Outer cement geopolymer. And of course, the biogeology, the titan trees, the time of not just megafauna, the giants, but the mega flora and the titan trees. And is reality stranger than fiction, or does fiction come from ancient reality? And we're opening up Pandora's box today, when also including the Egyptians. And was this a titan with a regular sized boat? And oh, well, that could just be a child with a toy boat. But then, hey, look, why are they towering over? Well, it will come. Also, these Tartary style buildings of the Orient, these fractal ray antenna, cathedrals, cathode raws. Please do smash that like and share, and everything that is everything helps. Everything does help, and trying to start deciphering the tablets, the different ancient languages, making sense of it all, and that this is the sort of stuff that we need to start plugging into AI and making real use of the capabilities of the metadata processing. And this emerald tablet, what there's several claims of what the Hermetic text of Hermes Trismegistus from this emerald tablet, but the real emerald tablet being from Thoth, and that there's the blue emerald Thoth tablets within Egypt, and then also the Grand Canyon and the mega terraforming throughout just this massive lost ancient master builder, technologically advanced giant civilization. And they were driving, smoking pipes, elongated skulls with toques and all, horses and dogs and having fun, and crazy reptiles as well, by the looks. I don't know. You can kind of see a Titan face in this one. Eyes, nose, lips, mouth, chin coming out. But look, this is, I believe, recognized as man-made. And, well, on another ancient mega terraformed, macro terraformed scale, it's unbelievable the size of these things. And lots of what you're going to be seeing is throughout Asia, throughout Africa, throughout South America, as well as North America. It's all over. And this one right here, I believe it might be in France, or it might be on the Azore Islands. Right now, I'm going through what the files were originally saved as, and then I have them saved again later on in this file with the actual details of where they are. So I will be able to give that correct information, verify where all these are by the end of it. And so in Egypt, right, what are these technological elongated skull cap demigod attire? Like they weren't just chiseling that away. They weren't just building this macro fractal ray antenna like technology. It's just it's hidden in plain sight. And right, top pyramid, of course it was. And yes, the rapid soft tissue fossilization. There's going to be getting into a lot of that today. And oh yes, Yellow Cake Maker, Central Alabama, please do put your pictures up. And that they're everywhere. And I do have I encourage everybody to take pictures from where you can. Like, look at this. Oh, look, that's megalithic rock cut right in half, like they do. But also, what is this? How did this just get perfectly inscribed? And that looks almost alien to me. Are some of these pictographic languages actually the pre-Adamites, the demigods, the Anunnaki, whatever, the Nephilim, whatever you want to call them, the megafauna, the giants, the titans. Could this have been what these pictographic symbolic languages actually be? Potentially alien. But then, it could also be creationism. It also could be like the Hopi say and the 5 cycles, the Kali Yuga and grand cosmic procession of equinoxes. And there's several human footsteps along with dinosaur. This is just one of many sites around the world that are included in today's selection of pictures that I have for everybody. This both looking like a titan, the nose, the brow, where the eye sockets, the face, mouth, and that carved out. Now, easily could have just been the structure that they made it. You put your face on your building, on your mountain. Master builder race, civilization, that technology. There's just as big a possibility that they could have seismically shook the mountain into the image that was the cymatic of their same face. It doesn't necessarily have to be them themselves, but then you get to stuff like this, and there's a lot of these. And this is actually called geology, and that it's not anthropomorphic, it's just pareidolia. No, this is biogeology. This is the mud fossil. This is, that's some of the megafauna. These were, we were always humans, and we were the indigenous smallest, made in the image of. Here we go. Snake Rock in Saudi Arabia, and this is real. This is one of the many in Saudi Arabia I'm about to show in this collection of these biogeology, what can only be described as flash fossilized or mud fossilized sort of things. Oh, once again, paintings of a time with people with dinosaurs, not just camels, but dinosaurs. And that, look at this technology. Why were they going through so much? This is going to the eternal, and this is why we should not be disturbing them. We can not rob them, not disturb them, but observe them and go in and see what the technology is, respect it, and not get cursed and not destroy their eternal rest, because who knows, maybe in another cycle they might come back. You never know. This right here is in the Andes, and it is, they say, carved. I think more likely geopolymered, but either way, it's insane. There's many Tesla valve, or I believe that's what. Good morning, Bree Sunshine. It is raining and cold in Alberta, but that is good. We're getting torrential rain, so maybe Canada's forest fires are finally out. It's actually snowing in the Rocky Mountains right now. Snowing throughout. It's quite fascinating times that we live in. Right? It's a huge comb. And you can see up behind it the water flowing. It's straight carved rock, and these are recognized as thousands of years old, and they're in the mountains of Peru before then going into the underground carved aquifers that run, I believe, for 1,000 to 2,000 kilometers through the Peruvian dry desert coastal plains and then down into the coast. Yes, you heard that right. It is snowing. There's been snowfall warnings for all of Alberta's southern Rocky Mountains, from Fernie, that's British Columbia, but from Fernie and the Crow's Nest Pass through Frank Slide, Alberta, up the Crow's Nest Trail there, or Cowboy Trail as well. and then through Banff, Lake Louise, and Jasper, as well as down the 93 to my family ranch stomping grounds through our Radium, the Yoho National Park. They're expecting I think they've already received over a foot of snow, and there's more falling right now. And we're having torrential rains here, I guess, essentially. It's been raining solid for a day and a half. It's good, though. We need it. It's been dry, and it's been burning like never before, so it was getting concerning. I'm glad it's raining. Now, look at this. This one, I believe, is in Iran, Persia, and wow, it's not half moons, so we can't claim that that's an Islamic symbol. No, those are full. And what are inside of each of these? Most likely mercury, some sort of arc rectifiers. The Antiquitech is still intact. These fractal generating devices, like they're giant towers. Like, how is this different from today's 5G freaking tower things? Like that's what, bubble G or 7G, who knows? But we're gonna find out. Here's another one. Oh, that's more Bigfooty or bear with dinosaur tracks. Once again, the same technologically godly Anunnaki elongated skull hats. Is that a Shriner hat right there, that symbol? Oh, wow, look at that. And is this the language of the demigods, the gods? They claim these are salt mines that we've mined out today. I suspect that they're much, much older. Manel Sitya MR. Good day. Daily Donkey Salt Dabs. KNHBSM. Debwoob. Woods. Mama Brew. Joe Cool. Cat I Am Holistic Detective, and Copper. Spellbreaker. I mean, Copper. Sorry, going back in the comments. Gary Baxter, Red Mercury. Yes, all of those were probably in that Antiquitech, I do believe. Social Ripper, hello all. One Love, Brian Evans. Oh, do we have a Shem in the house? Maybe. I don't know. All right, back to anyone I missed. I am sorry. I love you all. Jace Fincher, Daryl Calhoun. And then these, right? So they tried to claim that this is acoustic radar from before the time of radar to detect incoming airplanes, but it was also written and documented as weather warfare and cloudbusters. And there's a lot of supporting technology or patents and science and technology behind the cloud busting science and whatnot of it in today's world, as opposed to almost 100 years ago in World War I when those existed. All right, good to see you, Tartarian Truth. Good to have you here, my friend. Yellow Cake Maker and Breeze Sunshine. Good to see you. Right, it's New York, and it's cold, so I busted out the full suit because it's freaking freezing. You can literally see your breath outside. It's that close to zero. That's Celsius. We're in Canada. It's cold as F. This one, I believe, is in Utah or Arizona. They're like, oh, this is representing the earth or the sky, the heavens, or was this like when we took over the giants or they all died or something, And actually, last night I was watching Netflix, Jack and the Beanstalk, and that legend with the fee, fi, fo, fum, 4 different giants hum from above. but that they lived between in a land or realm between earth and heaven, that they existed above the firmament, but in between, like God and the Maker and heaven, and down here on earth. And is there some truth to it? And even in the holy testaments of the Old Testament, of there being giants in those days. And now we're getting into the batteries, the star forts, and look at this. Look at this. Why? Who can explain this? This one's in Russia. Perfect star battery. Almost identical looking in size and proportion to the Maltese ones that Paul Cook is currently documenting, and that these are ones that are along the Great Tartarian, Great Wall of Tartaria, Great Wall of Star Forts that runs from all the way from the Black Sea, the Sea of Azov, actually, and the Dnieper, right on the literal contact line of what is the hot war that hopefully doesn't turn into World War III further today, but runs all the way up from the Black Sea east through all of Ukraine, through all of Russian Siberia to the northeast, what's now called the Siberian Sea, but used to be called the Mar Tartar, or the Sea of Tartaria, the Arctic Ocean of on the Siberian side. And you can see right here, though, that there's the wall going out of these bastions, and another bastion there, and it keeps on going. And that I've done several episodes where we've gone through Google Earth, following and discovering hundreds of miles, tracking, plotting out hundreds of miles of this Great Wall of Star Forts. These aqueducts, look at the magnitude of it. And some are claimed to be Roman, and then some are claimed to be Spanish if they're in South America, which just makes no sense, because the Spanish conquistadors and Jesuit conqueror genocidal maniacs were only known for destroying things, not building things. So wherever these ancient, magnificent engineering marvels they were from previous civilizations. And this is technology right here. These are in carvings that you see within the pyramids and stuff, and that they're depicting how they were working the energy plants. And like, look at this stuff. This is, why is it so hazy? Because it's all plasma. The stuff was energized. It was mist. That mist, HHO mist, that is plasma Brown's gas. That is hydrogen fuel in plasma state, that this stuff could be potentially interacting, harvesting. Who knows? And then we get back into what is not pareidolia, because when you see the amount of them, and this is why I respect Mike, Stellium7, shout out. And we got to do an episode soon going over the biogeology and all the samples he's been taking, collecting, and actually looking at through his high-powered microscopes. And throughout the world, we have the polygonal structure megaliths, and they are beyond advanced. They're from previous master builder civilizations. I shall indeed. I am sorry that I have not. I promise, Bree, I will be getting back to you later today. And look at this. See, look at these elongated skull. Are these babies? Are these demigods? Are these titans, giants? Are these in between? Oh, Puma Punka. Okay, look at that. Oh, Sumerian. Oh, that's Sumerian. Oh, imagine that. In Peru, in Samaria itself. Oh, looky. We have ancient. We have modern day. Every old city that still exists is built on a former star city. That's what's been majorly covered up. The amount of this macro terraforming. Look at this. The earthenworks, the scale of this. We barely build this today in Saudi Arabia and UAE. This is nuts. The scale of the star cities and just the old world grid. It can be described as nothing else but a macro grid of the old world that we are all built upon and that exists beneath us. And it is everywhere, literally everywhere, as are these. Cerro del Muerto, Mexico. Here's the mountain, there's the mountain, turn it 90 degrees, boom, there he is. All right, this is not pareidolia. There is thousands of these around the world, and I have over 100 of them with the documented sites and names for everybody in here today in the 1600 photo collection. We're getting deep into it. Look at this. This is technology, and that one, it's macro scale technology. Like, these are power plants of sorts. There's no doubt about it. Today, this exists as what is usually called a quarry or a mine, right? They're either covering them up or they're digging them out and using them. And they're just so advanced with zero explanation. And look at this. None of them, they're all in disrepair even in today's day and age. Most of them look like they don't have upkeep. They definitely don't have water in the majority of them. They're falling apart. They're not in any way functional. Yet they are the foundation, this macro foundation that everything is now built upon. And it is Tartarian in nature. And in old Siberia, in Russia, in the former Ukraine itself, throughout all of Eastern Europe, and Yugoslavia before it was destroyed. It's why are they trying to ruin it all? And this is in Tibet, I believe. They're depicting this for a reason. Ah, right. Oh, okay. Just listening away there, guys. Eh? Just listening for the airplane coming. Oh, now this is fascinating stuff because these holes are in all of this geopolymer style. Maybe the giants of the Younger Dryas, the Atlanteans, the Lemurians, the former larger civilizations. It shows that there's purpose to them. They're maps. They're all And they're the stone circles, the henges. This is information on how you run the calendar and the world grid map. Now, here we have in Montana and in Siberia, Russia, and this is the exact same stuff you see in Aswar Quarry in Egypt. Look at this beauty. Is this Myanmar or Cambodia? Somewhere in Southeast Asia for sure. Just next level fractal ray antennas. And these are still in gold today, covered in layered gold. They're still functioning. Look at this. Look at that central focus. Kaboom. Like that. Just it got me so excited that the central point, I tried to save it again, but no, I already have it saved. Just look at that. Tell me you don't run power through it. And this right here, you have to imagine it with water up to here or maybe here. They were these it was a great lake city. It was the Venice, maybe the Atlantean. Who knows? Maybe that was the capital of Atlantis, the Grand Canyon. I don't know. Once it was dammed and flooded and had full of water. Bless you so much. Thank you, Manel Sitai Mr. It is appreciated, and I desperately do need to raise funds as things are getting extremely tight, but I'm not going to get into my problems right now. This is all about exposing the lost history of the world and for everybody to make of it with new eyes. Oops, what did I do? Oh no, I pressed the wrong buttons. Oh God, what did I ever do? Uh-oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. All right, well, let's see. While I figure out what the heck I just did wrong, let us play a little interlude of Sam Osmanovich and I believe, yes, Julia Ryder with the Montana megaliths and Bosnian pyramids and so much more.
40,000 years old. And that's the reason why Egyptologists do not want to open them for the public. In the case of Bosnian pyramids, the network that we discovered here, and we discovered 6 entrances at different spots. So far, we cleared 2 miles of prehistorical underground tunnels. And we have a total of 60 miles at different levels. Huge discovery. Element number 6, water. We have 2 major rivers. 1, 2. River Foinica, River Bosna. From here, it flows as the River Bosna, the largest Bosnian river. But if we go back with River Foinica, there is a town called Foinica. When the ancient Roman kings, and they would document everything, they said there were gold mines in this town of Foinica. Gold, always important element. Not for the same reason like we have it today. Gold bars, the central banks or the Fed, or, nice golden stuff that we can use. They would heat the gold up at 850 degrees, getting it as a white powder, monoatomic gold. It is said
he says my favorite thing
can improve the atmosphere, clean it, or human molecular structure, give us prolonged life. It seems this is the reason why gold has always been valued so high. They tell us one thing, but behind the scene, they use it for something else. Element number 7, sacred, holy geometry. What is sacred geometry? Elements are equilateral triangle, hexagon, number pi, 3.14, golden section, 1.618. These are very important numbers and very important geometrical shapes. For example, 3 points in the place. You can connect in unlimited number of ways, but only one gives you equilateral triangle. The same length of the sides and
So he
inner
knows about the
angles at 60 degrees. And
All right. Yes. Now I remember I need to pause it when speaking, not try to speak over the video presenter that I'm playing. Sam Osmanovich does know about the equilateral triangle aspect of it, but I'm not sure that he knows about Fairham's geoglyphs and the radials that this equilateral triangle of these pyramid mountains present and do. So let's keep watching for a minute more before I continue with our 1600 photos to change the world. But Sam has done so much science in uncovering what these pyramid builder, master builder society does, the technology behind this macro terraforming and pyramid structures and megalithic geopolymers and so much more. And I somehow messed up my keyboards where neither my light up keyboard nor the keyboard on my laptop will work all of a sudden. So I don't know what the hell I did. It just makes a weird beeping sound, but we'll continue with the video.
guess what? 3 major pyramids in Bosnia. The Pyramid of the Sun, this one right here. When we connect the pyramid from the top to the top of the Moon Pyramid in Bosnia, 2,180 meters. From the Moon to Dragon, 2,180. From Dragon back to the Sun, 2,180. Equilateral triangle. Mother Nature does not make hills with 4 sides, perfect orientation, triangular faces, concrete. And that structure to put in the relation of equilateral triangle with other 2 structures. It is result of the intelligent design. So green line is connecting the top of the Sun, Moon, Dragon. The red line, top of the Love Pyramid, Temple of Mother Earth, entrance to the tunnels, and the River Fornica. Triangle within a triangle, sacred geometry. The top of the Temple of Mother Earth, Love Pyramid, Sun Pyramid, unnamed structure, entrance to the tunnels, laser straight line. What is this? It's missing. That's okay. The red connects top of the Sun, Moon, Dragon. And the middle point from here, when we draw circles, we are getting so-called seed of life, also element of sacred geometry. The next feature for the pyramids are the astronomical properties. Since the ancients were always looking at the sky, following the movement of the Sun and the Moon and some other planets and some major star constellations. Let's see what's happening in our case. Standing on the top of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, we are watching the movement of the shadow of the Sun Pyramid. The date is June 21st, the summer solstice. Just before the sunset, the shadow makes a pyramid next to the western triangular slope of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Moon. The height of the shadow the same as the height of the Moon Pyramid. The shadow touches the foundation of the Moon Pyramid. It's like we are looking them in the mirror. Mid of August, the hottest days. To the left is the shadow of the Sun Pyramid, western slope of the Moon Pyramid, and to the right, the sunset, the shadow just before the sunset completely covers the Moon Pyramid. Top of the shadow touches the top of the Moon Pyramid. In symbolical way, the message of the builders is the rule of the day and the sun is over, and the rule of the night and the moon starts. The third very important day, the fall equinox, September 23rd. The length of the day equals the length of the night. Spring and fall equinox. So, September 23rd, here's the Moon Pyramid, the western side. Here's the shadow of the Sun, and here's the shadow of the Love Pyramid. So we have another player. Sun to the left, Love just below the Moon Pyramid, and at the sunset, the shadow of the Love Pyramid completely covers the Moon Pyramid. You see how they were playing? I mean, probably they built first the Sun Pyramid, and based on the movement of the shadow, they said, okay, this will be the location of the Moon Pyramid, and based on the height of the shadow, they said, this will be the height of the Moon Pyramid. And then when they placed the Love Pyramid, they did more calculations, so this pyramid can come into place. Amazing. I mean, these are not small structures. The Sun Pyramid is 2.5 times higher than the Great Pyramid of Egypt. 5 Bosnian pyramids, and we lay them on the astronomical map, where the 7 stars of Pleiades are located. 5 of them matches the locations of the 5 out of 7 stars of Pleiades. They call them 7 sisters of Pleiades. And we find in oral traditions of Navajo, of Comanche, of Anasazi, of Pueblo, of Hopis, of Mayas, all the way to India, to the real India, real Indians. We find the stories about the Pleiades. Has to be a big reason why everybody mentioned them. Element number 9, energy potent place. Below the Sun Pyramid, we have a huge iron plate. Iron generates electromagnetic field. The pyramid pulls this field, amplifying it. How do we know that? Because we have measured at the base, at the top. At the top, the signal of electromagnetism is 50 times stronger. Element 10, volcanic lines. We are the first one in the world analyzing this aspect. Many volcanoes on the planet. What's happening below the ground? We don't know. There is the lava. Lava means iron, minerals, energy. After we've analyzed 75 megalithic and pyramid sites around the world, we've concluded that they are all located above intersections of several volcanic lines. What is volcanic line? You have 2 volcanoes, you connect them with this volcanic line. You extend this line, at the end, you place a pyramid, pyramid is sitting on one volcanic line. But, for example, Cholula Pyramid in the state of Puebla in Mexico, the largest Mexican pyramid, is sitting on intersections of 18 volcanic lines. Gunung Padang, Indonesia, 28,500 years old pyramid is sitting on intersection of 17 volcanic lines. The famous Machu Picchu, Eastern Peru, 16 volcanic lines. Easter Island, 10 volcanic lines. Bosnian pyramids, they are below, somewhere here probably. They are sitting on intersection of 26 volcanic lines. 16 out of 26 are connecting 3 volcanoes, 4 volcanoes, or 5 volcanoes. Volcanoes, energy, pyramids above. The next element, ley lines. Those of you who know a little bit about English monuments, they know that they coined this term ley lines. On perfectly straight lines, today we have many churches and cathedrals. For example, the most famous is St. Michael's ley line. Before the churches were built, it's not like in the US. You come, you build a church. Over there, the churches were built on the places of the older temples. And the older temples, before they got destroyed, they were built on the places of older pagan temples. And they were built on the places of older megalithic structures. Why? Because somebody knew that there was a good energy potent place below. And those structures, they amplify the energies. So they are called ley lines. The red lines here on this map, red lines, they represent ley lines. They are underground energy lines. Usually they go east-west, north-south, but also they run diagonally. You see how the majority of those ley lines meet right here on this bigger map, right here. To the right is the capital city of Bosnia called Sarajevo. But here is the most powerful place. And this is the town of Visoko, and this is exactly where the Bosnian pyramids are located. Who had the eyes to see what's underneath? Element number 12, energy phenomena. Thanks to late Dr. Harry Olsen from UK, who developed the first PIP camera, today it's new energy vision camera, we are able to see those bioenergy fields. This here is pointy natural hill in Bosnia. Look at those bioenergy fields, those fields above. We have green, we have yellow, we have red, we have blue, we have red, we have green. They are all horizontal. This is the village in Serbia. Horizontal bioenergy fields, green and red and green and blue and red and green. This is a beautiful red rock locations in Sedona. This is a bell rock, looks like a step pyramid. Look at those lines behind it, all horizontal. Whenever you have a natural ambient, including the cities, mountains, valleys, rivers, cities, always horizontal. This is road, when I take my groups to Egypt, road from Aswan to Abu Simbel. See those lines? Horizontal. This is the southern Germany. My German friends claim that this is a pyramid. However, we can see horizontal lines. I'll tell you why is that important. And this is the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. Vertical lines. Vertical, vertical, vertical. 2015. The panoramic view, town of Visoko to the right, buildings, horizontal lines. You are coming to the pyramid, you have vertical line. 2016, the same thing. What's happening inside the red color? Energy is getting accumulated inside the pyramid, going through the top, hitting those horizontal fields, they become vertical. So as early as 2007, we knew that Bosnian pyramids had something to do with the energies. They were getting the energies out through the top of the pyramid. Energy machines. And that's exactly what we need, a new definition of the pyramids. Let's forget the bedtime stories about Egyptian pyramids being tombs for the pharaohs. And let's use the science. Pyramids are energy amplifiers. Pyramids are shortly and simply energy machines. That is the purpose of pyramids. What we can use this energy for? We had teams of engineers, electrical engineers, sound engineers, telecommunication engineers, physicists who were coming with their equipment. This is the Croatian team. Measuring, concluding that from the top of the Pyramid of the Sun, Moon, Dragon, Love, Tumulus, we have energy beams going up at a 28 kilohertz frequency. Then the teams from Serbia engineer Marjanovic, he brought his equipment and he confirmed this frequency, 28 kilohertz. These are his instruments here. The teams from Finland, Italy, they all got the same results. When in science, you have 5 international teams who come at 5 different times, who bring their own equipment, and they all get the same results, it is called the international scientific verification of the phenomenon. Which phenomenon? This right here. Energy beam going through the top of the pyramid, 28 kilohertz frequency. It is about 13 feet radius. It is continuous because we measure it. Summer, fall, winter, spring, it's always there. Mother Nature does not make hills with 4 sides, concrete blocks, passageways, underground tunnels, perfect orientation, and this energy beam. We measure it on the other natural hills, no energy beam. And then we measure, when we have constellation of our planets and our stars. For example, very important event happened July 27, 2018. It was called the total moon eclipse. We wanted to see what's going to happen when we have Sun and Earth and the Moon and Mars on the same line, Jupiter just a little bit off. We measure this energy beam during the daytime before the moon eclipse, and we measure it during the moon eclipse from 9:15 p.m. until 10:30 p.m. This is how the moon looked like. And we concluded that the electrical field was 2 times stronger during the moon's eclipse. You see how we're not alone? There is this exchange of the energy with the other stars and the planets. And then we measure the strength of the signal at the base of the top of the pyramid, 10 feet higher, another 10 feet higher, somewhere here on the roof. And we concluded every time we lift this antenna, sonda, the signal is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. It is not very logical. What you would expect is that there is a source of the energy either inside the pyramid or below the pyramid. And if we move away, the signal should be getting weaker and weaker. But since everything is upside down in Bosnia, our pyramid works differently. Signal is getting stronger and stronger. In science, this phenomenon is called scalar waves. The brilliant mind of Nikola Tesla in 1899 in his lab in Colorado Springs, he was working with subtle energies, and he realized that there is some other force, not only electromagnetic field. He called it scalar waves. In the last 50 years, the Russian physicists, they've been working on it, and they concluded that the speed of scalar waves is quicker than the speed of light. They've been teaching us from 100 years back, Albert Einstein hypothesis, the largest speed in the universe is the speed of light. However, the speed of scalar waves much, much quicker. So our conclusion, the first potential purpose of Bosnian pyramid energy is to be the communication device. 28 kilohertz, important frequency. When Nikola Tesla built Walden Cliff Tower in the state of New York, he did a few experiments, and then he was writing in his diary, I found a way to move huge quantities of energy, thousands of horsepowers, from one planet to another, regardless of their distance. And the frequency he was using, 28 kilohertz. It's not only the Bosnian pyramid of the sun that's been energetically active. The Kukulkan pyramid, Chichen Itza, Mexico, the tourist from El Salvador was filming his family, his 2 daughters, and he filmed just before the storm, energy beam going through the top of the pyramid. The pyramid of the moon in Teotihuacan, energy beam. So there are more active pyramids. I guess I'll go real quick through this. I won't even mention the bad stuff. Let's talk about the age. The Sun Pyramid in Bosnia is covered by soil. We have analyzed the soil. It is between 12 and 15,000 years old. If the soil is 12 or 15,000 years old, it means the structure below is even older. And then we discovered organic material, fossilized leaves, between two concrete layers. We did a radiocarbon dating analysis, the age 29,200 years plus minus 4 years. So we go back for 30,000 years. So Montana megaliths are not alone. Tens of thousands of years. What was happening then, according to our archaeologists and historians, nothing. That's the era of the primitive caveman. Really. On the bottom of the Pacific floor, 250 feet below the sea level, Pacific, those megalithic structures were discovered. They are called Yonaguni monuments. 13 underwater cities connected with 250 miles of the white stone roads on the bottom of the.
See, now I has to pause Sam Asmanovich right now because it's just too amazing that he goes from bringing up the Bosnian pyramids that he's discovered and spent his entire life on doing science and just revolutionizing what we now understand of this previous master builder civilization and of the Atlantean or Lemurian or even maybe before that. Who knows? But point being that the Farham Foundation has both the Yanaguni pyramids as well as the Bosnian pyramids that Farham, through his geometry of the Bosnian pyramids, his geoglyphology and the angles and the lengths of them plotted into his radial mathematics, plots out to all these specific spots, and that when you add in the four corners of the pyramid, of it or whatever, then you, or the four cardinal points, on the pyramid, you get another four specific locations, and this being on the pyramid of the sun, and that he also dates it to at least 22,800 BC, and he does it from his geoglyphology sightings around the world, and when sites appear and disappear on usage in other geoglyphology mapping. And so here you can see that he also then does the Bosnian or the Pyramid of the Earth. He thinks it's a little younger, but he does the three trigonometries here, the three triangles of the Bosnian pyramids, and that he gets three more radials that go to three more specific spots. And that I've done full episodes all going through the Bosnian pyramids, and then also the Yanaguni pyramid under Japan, which Sam has now also brought up. And that the Yanaguni pyramid, right, its location east off the coast of Taiwan, where, you know, it's almost closer to Taiwan than it is Japan, but it is Japanese. The island of Yanaguni itself, as well as the pyramid on its coastal waters 400 feet below, and that this is a topographical layout of all of the carved angles of it from above. And then when Arthur Farham does his geoglyphology radial mathematics onto it, he plots it out and gets all of these specific spots that the Yanaguni pyramid, according to geoglyphology and Arthur Farham's work, maps out to 05 degree radial northwest tip of Korean Peninsula, 12th degree radial west side of Korea, 13th degree radial north corner of the Korean peninsula, 25 degree radial east side of Korea, 35 degree radial southern tip Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia, northern tip of Japanese island string. Literally right up here is plotted out. And look at this with Korea. It goes all around the outside of Korea, but not the inside of Korea. So the Japanese, they don't own Korea. And this is the Yanaguni pyramid territory that is plotted out in the radials. Look at this, that this area here was still disputed between Russia and Japan right now, ever since World War II, and that this is the map of all the radials of like south tip of Papua New Guinea, northern tip of New Caledonia, Hawaiian Islands, Attu Islands, Alaska, west tip of Sumbawa Island, south coast of Java, the southern island of Sumatra, Banda Aceh, northern tip of Sumatra Island, the lost geoglyphs of Fungbin, Taiwan, southern tip of Burma, the geoglyphs and rock terracing similar to Yanaguchi at Narindo Island, China coast, 306 degree radial, Bitu Point, north tip of Taiwan, both old and updated geoglyphs. And that's the thing, is that everywhere that Arthur Ferrum calculates with each of these geoglyph sites, he plots it out and he finds all of these other ancient sites, and then both old and new. And so this is just next level stuff. I recommend everybody to look into the Ferrum Foundation and what is geoglyphology, the science of geoglyphology. And so, right, the last, here we go. That right there that everybody can see is the exact, here, can we see it better now? There you go, a little bit better. This right here, plotted out from the angles of the Yanaguni structure, Yanaguni pyramid with geoglyphology. And then this map is the territory held by the Japanese Empire during World War II. During the height of World War II, Japan attacked and controlled the exact same territory that is now plotted out on the Yanaguni structure territory. Look at this. The geoglyphs of the Yanaguni pyramid that is 400 feet underwater off the coast of Japan's most southern island, closer to more likely Taiwanese. It's the in-between of these two territories, these two empires. And right here, this is the exact same to New Guinea, Solomon Islands there, attacked and came up to Midway and Hawaiian Islands, to Attu, right in the Alaskan, and then the Kamchatka Peninsula, and all the way throughout here. Sumatra, it's the exact same. Literally the exact same. And so here are the Fungbin Taiwan geoglyphs that he found from plotting the radials of so from these radials that he calculated off the angles and lengths of the Yanaguni structure, he was then able to find all of these other geoglyphs off the coast of the Taiwanese islands that are right next to the Yanaguni Japanese island, and off the main coast of Taiwan here, and that they plot out specifically also to Japan, Okinawa, as well as, I believe, Tokyo, and to Hawaii, and north tip of Japan, south tip, Okinawa, Iowa, Samoa, and Fiji. Sorry, there we go. and Fongbin glyphs too. So some more of these glyphs underwater now. Ground reference points. Oh, they point. Here you go. There's the central point. Oh, look at that. Kaboom. And to each of those. And it plots out to each of these Okinawa, Hawaii, Wake Island, Kiribati, Christmas Island, aka Easter Island, Marshall Islands, Guam, Samoa. Look at that. How in the world could they possibly have? Oh my, it's mind blowing. And yes. Oh, a notch. The notch above the Yanaguni monument. Okay, so this is on the island of Yanaguni, and then just off the coast is where the pyramid is. And for anyone that has seen, well, number one, I recommend getting La America by Arthur Farham, and that he fully explains geoglyphology as well as the civilization that existed pre-Columbus in South America around the world. And anyone that has seen documentaries on the Yanaguni and the dive and the exploration of the pyramid underwater itself, above island and this monolithic thing that he's shown here, this geoglyph, that there's the exact same megalithic constructions on the island of Yanaguni itself that they try to claim are only a few thousand years old, but they look identical to Yanaguni monument itself. It's quite fascinating. This is an actual picture of the Yanaguni structure itself. Many fascinating things with it. So once again, this is the Farham Foundation, and I highly recommend everybody check it out. Just put the link in the live chat for everybody. And of course, also the Medicine Hat, Badland, Geoglyphs, Arthur Farham, the original discoverer of these Medicine Hat Badland Guardians. He originally brought my attention to this site over a decade and a half ago, maybe at least at this point, since I first became aware of his work and this site through him. Anywho, it's just amazing stuff, but that's a rabbit hole for another day. And that instead, it is time for first a little teaser of some more of the 1,600 photos. Look at this right here. This place in Cusco, I've seen a video of it where they jackhammer it through. It's a giant staircase under the mountain into a giant underground lake cavern. Maybe it was a little ocean. I don't know. It was huge. And that, oh my God, I gotta find it. It's unbelievable. But this place is real. It's nuts, and it's where all sorts of crazy things have come out of. Is this biogeology? Look at that. Mexico City, Teotihuacan. Oh, that's just a mountain, man. That's just a mountain. No, that's that. And this was covered in mica when they dug it out, but then they sold the mica. They didn't even take pictures of it, but it's documented that when they uncovered it and dug it out, that it was covered in mica and that they sold the mica. And look at this, eh? Boom. Not sure where this guy is, but they're everywhere. And melted pyramids. France, Greece, maybe Utah. I'm not sure. One of them. Maybe Italy. Oh. Interesting. Interesting stuff we see. Antiquitech, ancient lost high technology. That is what so much of this is depicting. Antiquitech. Okay? That is undeniable. Cognitive dissonance may not let some yet see, but when ye have new eyes, you begin to understand what lies before all, a whole new reality, and so much more. This is called geology, yet natural geology. Yet it looks more like a fossilized cellular blob of some sort, an animal of something. Maybe even a face skull, I don't know. Something flash fossilized. But there's many more examples like this. In Indonesia, this is said just to be pareidolia, but no, in Indonesia they know that this serpent, petrified scales and all. This is a fossilized giant serpent snake that. Oh, there's a band of it there. Several bands of it here. I need to get a video to show the full site. It's just so insane. Interesting. Little plasma archy thingies. Electroculture flying. Look at that, eh? You'll see many of them. That is a fractal ray antenna amplifying, like, my goodness, if I've ever seen one. Like, the straight high technology and physics in it, and it's made of gold, maybe silver, platinum, and titanium maybe in this part, and definitely mercury in this bulb up here. That's they're everywhere. This might be Africa, or it might be Peru. What do you do? What do you do? Not pareidolia. It is not. Yes. Yeah, it is a Titan snake. And I think that one was Cambodia. Maybe it's in. Here we have a Titan hand. There's several of them around. Oh, that's not very clear. Oh, this one's also not very clear. But look at that Step Pyramid Mountain. This is the City of 1,000 Lost Cathedrals. It's called. It is. Is it Aziz? Name. I will get the name before we are done. It is in Turkey, though. Look at this. Oh, we have giants. We have Titan. We have giants. We have big, long head skulled people, and then going down to normals. Oh, another Sphinx. Don't you know? Airship Regatta. It's built out of the mountain. Okay, these are literally in the middle of mountains, like in the middle of nature, in the middle of nowhere. That's a big Bigfoot, all right? That's a giant titan, possibly. Something from a long ago. Looking like some technology symbols. Oh yeah, just some old Neanderthal hunter-gatherers with rocks and chisels, eh? They made these, eh? No, they didn't. More likely, they're surviving areas from the master builder civilization that existed. These guys, the big guys, the guys that exist between heaven and earth. And this is a magnetron. What were the Mayans doing drawing magnetrons? And you'll see these official sort of stampy stamps, but this one doesn't even have the real official stampy stamp for like the Vatican and the Anglo-Saxon ancient stamp of approval of classification. But anywho, let's get back to the petroglyphs and the geoglyphs, and that we got Titans. These are real places. Those pictures, they may look like, and they may actually have been like a little bit photo enhanced, but I assure you, each of those locations, including this one too, this is plants in there, not a Photoshop, but that I've got multiple different photos of different angles by different sources for each of them, and they are all real locations. And look at this ancient, everywhere, all these sources, old sources of the London Bridge. This is the London Bridge at one point, and that everywhere shows, and all the star cities actually show, especially through Holland and Germany and everywhere of that time, that on the rivers, the bridges had multiple story buildings. Like, it's just so BS how they claim that there were just fires that, oh look, we have another giant Titan footstep. 2, 4, and it's got 5, not 6 toes. Interesting. Oh, buried pyramids, only the top. Look at that. Looky. And then we have good old Nubian, Sudan pyramids. Look at this one. Look at this. In China. It's in China. The Shangdu Cave in China. But it's just one of thousands in there. See, once again, getting into what the bloody F. That's not pareidolia. How many times? This is biogeology. Like, there's... It's nuts. Australia, Antigua. Interesting. We're going to have to check this spot out. Someone definitely please Google this site, because something epic's there. But, we have Petra and we have India showing some interesting epic things. Let's see what's in Australia there. Now I'm intrigued. Yep. They had metal in there, kept them Kept them in place. Ew, look at this guy. Just melting his face right out there. 17 or 1600s book on science, explaining a little bit of that atmospheric electricity technology. Hey, good day, Brian, Gerald. And sorry, Brian, JJ Organics, Herb Green, My Sherry Ananoli, La Torre Viva. Everyone here, I love you all. Thank you all for joining in today. And we have the Squatter Man, that plasma and the star symbol and so much. And these things, it's hilarious. This one might be like, I've got the name saved for it somewhere in Utah, I think, or New Mexico. This whole area, it's just insane. But each one has like a name like something Castle or Castle Hill or Cathedral Hill or but no, that one was even more official. Here we go is Isis Temple, the Isis Pyramid in the Grand Canyon with the main cave entrance still there. Okay, and you can see the face still carved on the headstone, all right? You can still see the actual faces that were on Isis Temple before they went in. Look at that. So they had not just the cave entrance, maybe possibly a second one they covered up. Is this an Anubis here? And is this a freaking Sphinx up here? This is quite revealing. Is that why they went in? Is that a third cave there? Because they literally went in and claimed that there was so I believe when they covered it up was either in the 50s or early 60s. They claimed that there was this horrific plane accident in the Grand Canyon, and that's when they built the wall and covered up the entrance to Isis Temple. But not only did they cover up the entrance, they also removed the face up here, and did they remove Anubis right here? Like, I think so. I think so. Antiquitech everywhere. Why would they put so much effort into it? So these are 250 million year old piping system in China. Chengdu, China, I believe is the location. This supposedly a copy of the Emerald Tablet of Thoth, of that green engraving. I got a few of them to check accuracy. Look at this thing. Macro freaking processing. Who knows what? Megaphone? Satellophone? Look at these things. You're not allowed to go exploring in here. See, right? Like, there's Isis Temple over there. There's literally 50 or 100 other pyramids throughout this entire crazy civilization area. And including Solomon's Temple. Like, I have yet to see anybody show a picture of the one that is called Solomon's Temple. You know, and then there's like Arches Park in Utah, over 50 of these things, or even more, I think. I forget. It's insane. Oh, this isn't a giant geopolymer wall or a dam or anything like that. No, that's just nature. And because we found a whole bunch of them, but you know, we can't study it to be like, oh, look, it's civilization on a macro scale, a whole bunch of them. No. No, these aren't freaking macro megaliths in Siberia. Yes, they are. We've now found them in Montana and Alberta and so many other places. Is this a mud fossil? Is that biogeology? Could be. Pacific Moose. So this right here, this pyramid, this is on Easter Island. This is actually, yeah, see right there, Easter Island. It is one of these supposed dormant volcanoes, but it's a carved out pyramid on it. Supposed place of Mu. Look at this. U.S. fleet with an airship. Oh, we got melted, dude. King George Island. Yeah. No doubt, eh? Oh, look at him. There's thousands of them. That's a real photo. Biogeology, or did someone make them? Shout out Victor Schauberger and shout out to Jeremiah Pop. Join the technicians. You're going to want a copy of that slide and several of them in here that I know you're going to want. Like, look at this. Someone made all of this. Like, this is not pareidolia. Somebody made all of these, or they were somebody's. It's either one or the other, maybe a mixture of both. But I can say I know for a fact it is not pareidolia. Okay, going for a hike. Well, have a good day, Dad. Where are you going? Oh, just to Weaselhead. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we'll see you when you get back. All right, old man, going for a hike in Weaselhead today. It is a beautiful place. Weaselhead Provincial Park in Calgary, Alberta. Polygonal work right there. Muscovy Tartary in Persia in 7 books. Interesting. The Voyages and Travels of the Ambassadors, from the Duke of Holstein to the Great Duke of Muscovy and the King of Persia. Muscovy, Tartary, Persia in 7 books. London. Interesting. Shem, shout out Shem. You should probably look into that one, my friend. Or Tartarian Truth. I meant to say Ancient Historia Luke. That could be another good read. Or any sleuth and gravy looking researcher, by all means, find out. And so I think this is Hamburg, is it? Or the one that had so many destroyed? Nuremberg. My bad, Nuremberg. Biogeology? I think so. Some of that has to be biogeology. This one's also in Saudi Arabia. That's fascinating as F. What in the world, eh? What in the world? Or they're carved. I don't know. Maybe both. Oh, look at this. Magnets drive high speed. I just got a donkey, and oh look, there's just a magnetic maglev going through the world. There's just me in my black and white donkey and stick and the maglev train. All right. Yeah, see these sort of stamps, that's when you know you're getting the good stuff. Like, what is this stamp? This is the gravy train stamp right there, baby. Look at that. See, this is an official stamp. Up here, and then like electric department or something back in the day. Look at that. That's the good stuff. That's some weird stuff. Oh, that's fucked up stuff. What the? I don't even know. All right. What in the... Weird as fuck. Here we go. Another battery, another star fort. This also being in the Great Wall of Star Forts, the Great Wall of Tartaria that we've found that runs from the Azov Sea of the Black Sea of Ukraine, Russia, Nova Russia, Donetsk, through Lugansk, through Siberia, through Belgorod, Russia, and then through Siberia, east all the way up to the Arctic Ocean, aka Mar Tartar, or the Tartarian Sea that it used to be called. And right here, you can see the wall and the bastions still continuing out and buried, and this farmer probably doesn't even realize that his house is on a bastion. Maybe he does, but that it continues out. There's another one, and it just goes literally for thousands of kilometers, thousands of miles. It's just nuts. It's the largest, do I dare say man-made? I don't even know if man-made construction that I believe exists so far that has been found. That this guy, I believe, was I don't even know. Either Soviet or U.S. Navy, one of the... Yeah, so this is another angle of that one mountain lady. Both, all different angles of it. Of the same three. Look at this city. That's ancient. That's the ancient old city. How, like, what? Look at this ancient old city. They're just starting to excavate. They admit that the entire mountain or pyramid is a structure, construct. Same with the one behind it, this pyramid construction behind it. Like, all these hills are ancient constructs. Oh, Tartarian architecture and Villa Mexicane. It's a Mexicana. Modern Villa Mexicane. Look at this. It's a Mexicana. Modern Villa Mexicane. You got your airship in Mexicane. Oh, that's as Tartarian steampunk as you can get. And then you have this wonderful cave place in China. Oh, look at this similar freaking, some say melted, some say plasma catastrophe. Something fucked up happened to it. Former mountain complex apartment place that, you know, people still live in. Like, another one of the keyhole wells. Sofia, is it Bulgaria or Romania? I always get this one mixed up. Iran, I think. Like, look at this. What the hell happened? Get nuked? Another star compilation. So many of them are abandoned nowadays, too. Just found all of this stuff just in ruins. This one, I think, is in Baluchistan, Pakistan. Another Sphinx site. More petroglyphs. These ones are all geoglyphs in Iraq. New geoglyphs, just like Nazca, all found in Iraq now. And this is, these 1,600 photos, well, they're just as epic as you can possibly get. Like that, this right here is still intact. What the hell was this that got, decimated? Because I guarantee both macro, terraformed, constructed, just nut stuff. They're everywhere. Look at this thing. Fractal arrays. This is technology, people. This is the technology of the demigods. Like, that's macro circuitry and stuff. Like, oh, just in the middle of Africa, shattered frickin' several hundred meter tall frickin' monoliths. This is technology in Egypt, Peru. Oh, interesting stuff. Takor. Emerald tablet. They're just everywhere. Was it a worldwide ancient civilization and language? Why, yes, it had to have been. Whether or not they were psychic or whether or not they were traveling and communicating with each other, well, it's one, the other, or both. Either way, it was happening. Can't deny it. Hello, and welcome to all you awesome beings and beautiful souls joining in today. We got 89 in the house right now. I need myself, we've been almost hour and 40 minutes here, so I'm going to do back to some more awesome Sam Izvanovich. This somewhere Southeast Asia, could be Burma, Myanmar, could be Cambodia, could be Indonesia, could be Thailand, could be in Vietnam, could be in Laos. All of the places have insane ancient lost stuff. And actually, no, we'll save that stuff for the very end, just in case I don't want to get no copyright strikes. We want to keep it going good before I show the risky Brucey bonus. But back to Sam Izvanovich and the Anaguni structures.
Pacific floor. When the first photos of those megaliths, those half-circular structures, came to the Japanese newspapers, Japanese archaeologists were saying, this is all natural. The sea streams made those stairs. Why they were saying that? Well, the people will start asking questions. When this was built? It's on the bottom of the ocean floor. Nobody built stuff on the bottom of the oceans or seas. At one point, this was a surface. When? During the Ice Age. Because ice kept a lot of water in those ice layers, reaching 3,000, 5,000, 8,000 feet. But when ice melted, huge quantities of water went to the world seas and oceans. Pacific went up for 250 feet, and those cities were destroyed and forgotten. Baalbek, Lebanon. This block, when I visited it, was the largest over there, 1,250 tons. Until the year 2000, until 20 years back, we did not have cranes with that capacity. So somebody was more advanced than us. In the meantime, the German archaeologists continued digging. They discovered the one which is 1,650 tons. Who moved that? Göbekli Tepe, southeastern Turkey. Dr. Klaus Schmidt from Germany discovered 3 stone circles with those T-shaped megaliths, probably looking like this originally. When I spoke to him, he told me that there are at least 100 of them. He passed away 8 years back, and the Turkish government continued. They discovered 6 more, 100 megalithic circles. And during the archaeological excavation, they did not find traces of one residential house. They teach us in school that you have to have big cities of 50, 100,000 people, so they start building temples. Where are the people? Who built them? For what purpose? Tunnels in Bosnia. This is how they look like today. Huge network. Original look, original design. This is very stable. A lot of drywall. Somebody was closing those tunnels. A lot of blocks like this one here. We call it mega ceramic block K2, sitting on support. Somebody placed it here. We took samples, analyzed using very sophisticated analysis at the Institute for Atomic Physics, and conclusion was this was artificial ceramic material. The mass, 8 tons, 18,000 pounds. We used GeoRadar, which shows us that inside this block there are 3 pieces of quartz crystal. Quartz crystal amplifies, transforms the energy. Another analysis with a lot of dark blue areas is telling us the high frequency. High frequency, very good to relax, to meditate, to calm your mind, to do astral projections. People come, open their hands, they feel the energy. It's not a physical sense, feeling the energy. It's another sense. Let's call it spiritual sense. In another block, K1, a lot of red meaning low frequency goes through our body, affecting our blood circulation in very beneficial way. Blood flows better, we are healthier. And then we started receiving healing testimonials from the tunnel visitors. This woman from Slovakia, 17-year-old, she had very low lung capacity. To the right is an X-ray showing that she was using only 47% of her lung. You know, surface breathing. 3 years trying different therapies, nothing was helping her. She came to visit Bosnian pyramid tunnels. She stayed for 10 days, 1 hour in the morning, 1 in the evening, morning, evening. After 10 days, her lung capacity went up to 84%. Team from Prague, Czech Republic, 6 of them, medical nurse. They were checking different stuff like blood pressure, sugar. You see the drop of blood? The guys had, in Europe we counted differently. The guy had 7.8. In Europe, 3 to 6 normal level, 6 to 10 risky group, above 10 diabetes. The guy was in the risky group. After 1 hour in the tunnel, it dropped to 5.1. The other guy, Karel, before the tunnels, 10.5, almost diabetes, came back, 5.7. Or even more extreme cases. 2 subjects, 20 and 22, diabetes. The first visit, the second visit. The blue, the second guy, the first visit, the second visit dropped to 5, basically dropped to the normal level. There is no medicine that can reduce your sugar for so much. This woman from Turkey, she used to have very high blood pressure, reaching 220 over 135. Can you imagine migraines? The last 6-7 years, she's been coming to Bosnian pyramid tunnels twice a year, and her blood pressure never goes higher than 140 over 90. And this is the picture of our auric field. This is the technology developed by a brilliant Russian scientist, Professor Korotko. This is the person to the left before entering the tunnels. You see this continuation in her bioenergy field. Why? Because of the stress that we live in. Her energy level, 23 joules. Her balance, 89%. 1 hour in the tunnels, look at her auric field, beautiful, energy went from 23 to 58 joules, balance from 89 to 100. According to the Eastern traditions, we are not only physical, but also energetical bodies. Energy flows. The places where most of the energy flows and intersect are called chakras. 7 chakras. To the left is the person who had the measurement before entering the tunnels. If you are on this straight line, it means that you are perfectly balanced. I must admit that this person is almost perfectly balanced. In the last 7 years, we have checked 5,200 people before entering the tunnels, after coming back. And we've noticed that in more than 90% of the cases, we have improvement of all those parameters. The only problem that I see with this person to the left is that those chakras are rather close. They could be open more. And that's exactly what happened after she visited the tunnels. You see those circles? They are much bigger, 3 times bigger than before entering the tunnels. We were checking the blood. Italian professor was doing live blood analysis before and after the tunnels. This is the blood after the tunnels. Red blood cells, those white dots are white dot cells. They are perfectly shaped. When you have a nice circle, your blood is good. When it's not one on top of each other, like here, your blood is real good. When you have enough space for the white blood cells to attack the enemies, the toxins, your blood is good. By the way, this is my blood after visiting the tunnels. Now, there is one thing that today we don't care in the 21st century. It's called the geopathogenic radiations. If we have underground water flow below our bedroom, in 3, 4, 5 years we get sick. We don't know why. Bad energy from underground water. Then there are some energy lines called Hartmann lines. The places where they intersect are called Hartmann intersections. If you sleep or stay longer above Hartmann intersection, bad energy. Curry's intersection, diagonal. Schneider's intersection, a lot of energy is under the ground, and we know almost nothing about that. Well, in the tunnels, there are no underground harmful radiations from these geopathogenic radiations. We measured another energy phenomena using this very sophisticated equipment. We measure extremely low frequencies. This is between 0 and 10 hertz. Here it is at 7.83 hertz. In science, it is called the original Schumann resonance. Everything resonates. Our bodies resonate. Our planet resonates. Nikola Tesla, 125 years ago, thought it was 8 hertz. Austrian von Schumann measured 50 years ago 7.83. We are born at 7.83. When we think, if there are enough of us who still think, when we think, we generate brain waves 7.83 hertz. As long as we are at the same frequency like our planet, we are in balance, unfortunately, due to the huge quantities of our bad technology. TVs, computers, laptops, tablets, cell phones, microwaves, energy grid. Especially cities are becoming so contaminated with this bad electromagnetism. And the frequencies in those places is not 7.83 anymore. It's not even 10. It used to be 10, 20 years ago. Now it's going like Munich, 15, New York, 18 hertz. It's not a big difference, but it is a difference. Our body cells feel this difference, and now we have disbalance, resulting in stress. We are in a stressful environment if we live in the city 24 hours a day. And guess what? Bosnian pyramid tunnels, Bosnian pyramids, 7.83. 3. Balance. The next important element in the tunnels, negative ions. We have instruments to measure negative ions. This is some extra electrons in molecules. They are negative.
Just pausing it here to give a shout out to Sam, to just, like, when you listen to his actual presentations, he's just such a smart individual and man and professor, and he's got his doctorate, I believe, in archaeology and pyramidology, and that he brings in so many different scientists from so many different fields from around the world with so much different equipment, and actually measures it all and explains the science of this all, and has started figuring it out from the ground up, and literally from the ground up. And I'm gonna let this play a little bit longer because it's so epic.
Negatively charged in the atmosphere. They connect with the dust, become heavy, they drop to the floor. Negative ions are good. They clear the atmosphere. They clear it from EM smoke. They clear it from the pollen, allergies, spring, summer. They clear it from the microbes. And microbes are viruses, bacteria, fungi. Viruses. If coronavirus is a virus, then they clear it from corona. More negative ions, it's better. In our homes, our offices, very low concentrations, 20, 30, 50, even 0. We go outside to the downtowns, 100, 150, it's a little bit fresher. We go to the mountains, 500, 1,000. You go to the Bosnian Pyramid tunnels, between 20,000 and 100,000. So we can see that more and more elements are telling us that this underground space is perfectly protected. We live on the surface of the planet. A lot of cosmic radiation is coming our way. Some of them are harmful. They attack our body, and our body cells fight those enemies. You go to the tunnels 100 feet below the ground, no harmful cosmic radiations. Natural radioactivity coming from underground. Sometimes we walk the streets, we don't even know that this radioactivity is attacking our body. So now, our body cells, they attack the enemies from above, not God, cosmic radiations. They attack enemies from below. Well, we use these instruments, Geiger-Miller counters, to measure radioactivity in the tunnels 100 times lower than the minimum allowed. No enemies. One of the biggest enemies today, cell phones. The person to the left with the nice, light, bright colors, not using cell phone. The person to the right, see the red color, after 10, 15 minutes of using cell phones. And we know that. You keep the cell phone in your hand, after 15 minutes of talking, your hand is becoming warm. Your cell phone is becoming warm. Your ear is becoming hot. But the biggest problem is, in 15 minutes, 100,000 brain cells are gone because of the frequency. They are burned. So if you have to talk on the cell phone, and we all have to, then use the speakers. Of course, everybody will hear what you're talking about, and it's not pleasant, especially if you are in the presence of your wife and your girlfriend or your mistress is calling you, but health first. In the tunnels, no signal for the cell phone. Here we have it, meaning we are exposed right now. And the biggest exposure when the cell phone is ringing and we answer the cell phone. It's tremendous exposure. Wi-Fi, we cannot live without it. Wi-Fi, whether it's 3G, 2.4 gigahertz, 4G, 6 gigahertz, 5G, 28, 39, 60 gigahertz, 60, lack of oxygen. Tomorrow, 6G, 300 gigahertz. These are radio waves. Our microwaves are working at those frequencies, and they cause all kinds of diseases. In the tunnels, we don't have signal for the Wi-Fi. So really, the tunnels are the safest place on the planet. Now, this lovely lady, 94 years old, she came to the tunnels a couple of weeks back saying, hey, listen, I heard that those tunnels are healing tunnels, that it regenerates. We said, yes. And she said, maybe it even rejuvenates. We said, maybe. So she went inside for 1 hour. So now you know where is your next destination. Water. We discovered 5 tunnels with the water, crystal clear and clean. We've done all kinds of analysis, microbiological, conventional analysis, physical, chemical, and so on. We sent the samples to the Japanese, unfortunately, late scientist, Dr. Masaru Emoto. He became famous when he was freezing different samples of water. And then, under the electronic microscope, he was making the photographs. This is the tap water from New York City. This one has no structure whatsoever. This is the water from the dam in Japan. Looks nice, green, but under the microscope, looks bad. This is the water from the Lake Biwa. This is largest freshwater lake in Japan, looking blue from satellite, but it's contaminated. The structure looks real bad. This is the tap water, the city water from the town of Visoko, where the pyramids are located, but city water. City water we can drink. That's what medical establishment is telling us. Why? Because there are no viruses and bacteria. Why? Because it has been treated with the chlorine, which is a poison. In some countries like United Kingdom, 100% of the water has been treated with the fluoride. Fluoride. Until 50 years back, it was exclusively poison for rats.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there for a little bit when it comes to the amazing Sam Osmanovich, but I'm going to risk the copyright strikes because this is just too epic of stuff right here. I guess I'll play it first without the audio. Gerald, looking at you, especially Terran Earthling, what are your thoughts? Black Knight Satellite, this right here. Come on. Oh, there we go. There we go. Is it gonna play? Oh no. It gets more intense with the sound on, which I will do.
Well, that's kind of rich and pretty spectacular. God, what is that there? That's all. What the hell is that? Oh, tango. Tango. It's kind of light. Oh boy, it is really something that was fantastic here. You couldn't ever imagine this. We know about that. You go the other way. Go back the other way. Well, it's kind of rich and pretty spectacular. Pretty spectacular. God. Pretty spectacular.
So one, it's that it actually looks like other images and videos of the Black Knights that have been out there over the years. And come on, and I'm trying to pause it right here. What's flying by in the background as well? That's either the U.S. shuttle, like an actual shuttle coming up to dock, or the XR or the X-37 or whatever the heck, the little mini drone one they have now, or a TR-3B, more likely the way this thing is flying. And I'm guessing this is being recorded from the space station, if this is legit.
This detective. God, what is that there? It's hollow. What the hell is that?
So this one kind of fascinating too. What really intrigues me on this one though is the pictographic language and like macro circuitry that you see, like also on the entire outside of this this dome bell UFO, disc bell UFO. Oops, I guess you should stop covering up the video itself. And yeah, what does everybody think of these? Make sure to let me know in the live comments, of course, right? And that there's so much, you gotta use discernment and skepticism with all the fake stuff these days, but then there is the real mysteries, the real actual confirmed out there.
Object in the Baltic Sea come from? In 2011, an unidentified object was found in the Baltic Sea between Sweden and Finland.
I had to mute it there because I don't want to risk with that background music getting no copyright strike. Oh, I did it again. Sorry. This is the Baltic Sea anomaly, and it's a giant megalithic anomaly in the Baltic Sea. Oh, why do I keep freaking doing that? All right, let's stop risking that. And that there's a giant, it literally looks like the Millennium Falcon. It's pretty insanely ridiculous how much it resembles the Millennium Falcon. And that there's a giant skid path behind it in the sea, like so here's sonar of it, but do they have the sonar? See, it looks like just like the Millennium Falcon. It's ridiculous. But yeah, see, there's the skid path, yeah, behind it that goes for miles, like literally miles on the ocean floor, undisturbed on the Baltic Sea floor, and then this giant path behind this crazy Baltic Sea anomaly. It's just nuts. Yeah, you can kind of see right there behind it the skid path as it came up to rest where it was, but it's Literally, wow, is that an actual diver going over it? Crazy. Anywho, yeah, look at that. Boom. If that's real, that's nuts. It looks like it actually looks like they're exploring. Wow. Damn. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you think of it. We're going all out on. Oh, looking at the ancient sites of the world right now. Look at this. What is this? Can we get this full screen? Look at brick. This is some classic Tartarian. Here we go. Look at that pyramid. It is a fractal pyramidal brick structure. Like, look at that. Just nuts. Everywhere here. It's Burma or Malaysia, all throughout Southeast Asia. Just, it's absolutely insane. And wow, that's a fractal pyramid, and this is made of brick. This is Tartarian-esque, if I've ever seen it, or a Moorish. 12:12. It is 12:12 noon right now. Wow, we are one day away from the summer solstice. I hope everybody is going to have a blessed solstice this year. It is the longest day, second longest day today, and it is high noon. It's the time you want. Oh dear. Here we go. Let's look at this. Wow. Take pictures of the sun and the moon on the horizon right now and at noon, right? If it's rainy here, but look at that. Look at these monuments. Look at this. It's crazy. Hidden in plain sight. But yeah, if you are around any ancient structures, the three arches, anything of the sorts, now is the time you want to check out, take pictures on the horizons of the sun, the moon, especially at high noon, for the shadows of the clocks. Star clocks. 11:11 on the Pacific Coast. All right. Hi, Mom. Mom tuning in from Southern Alberta. Love you, Mom. And yes, we are live on Facebook. We are live on 3 Facebooks. We are live on 3 Twitters. We are live on Twitch. We are live on Rumble. We are live on 2 Facebooks as well. That is to everything we are streaming right now. And I'm actually getting tens of thousands of views on the Facebook groups each week, just on the short videos, and then tens of thousands of views still across the YouTube channels each week. It's growing. It's good. We got to get more on Twitch, and thousands of views on Rumble too each stream. Every single stream, couple thousand views usually. Okay, am I just back on me? Shoot, thought I had something cool playing in the background. How long has it not been showing me? Or only been showing me? Doesn't matter. Let's see. Watch again. Are we doing... Like, all of these are runes. They're all called Badlands, yet in some places they're recognized as castle runes and that they're undeniable. And in other places like Arizona, Utah, they just have names like, Cathedral Hill or Castle Mountain there and Shiprock here and all the rest of them. They exist all over the world. They are ancient cataclysmic leftovers. And this is in Tibet. This is recognized rune leftover, and there's many of them throughout Iran, Tibet, all of Asia, Central Asia, Northern Asia, Tartaria, essentially. that still are semi-intact. And do you see the background there? Look at the hills in the background. It's just like everywhere over in North America. The Grand Canyon, all the other Badlands. See, look at this, right? So, and in Egypt, Egypt Valley of the Kings, as well as throughout Utah and Arizona, New Mexico Badlands. This is what we see, and this is Tibet, and we also see this in Turkmenistan, where it's recognized as real, in Kazakhstan, where it's recognized as real, Iran, where it's all recognized as real, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, all recognized as real, Jordan, Petra, all recognized as real, Egypt, all recognized as real, and Tibet, China here recognized as real runes. Yet we get over to the Americas and they try to tell you it's just pareidolia. It is not. These are very ancient runes that are covered all sorts of stuff. And look at this, like just everywhere in the world. How do we explain these pyramidal fractal array antennas? Like, you don't worship that many gods unless they're giant gods in front of you, or it's macro processing technology, energy technology. Look at this stuff. Blows me mind every time. And this is the real one I wanted to really show. This is recognized. This is ancient. Castle, mud flooded, taken out, still semi-inhabited. And probably what still goes on in the Americas, canyons and badlands. Who knows what lives in there? Oh dear, it says I'm freezing. All right, so we hope everybody got that good, saw that, and now, don't want to leave. That would have been a wrong button. Let us finish playing the rest of Sam Ismanovich bit here, and then I will get back to the 1600 photos because, well, they're crazy.
And today, besides UK, it's Republic of Ireland, it's Australia, it's New Zealand, it is 1/3 of United States of America. Before we came to Montana, we were in Las Vegas, big difference. Las Vegas, lucky. So this is the treated water, the city water from Visoko in Bosnia. Again, no visible and nice structure. How does the pyramid water look like? Well, we sent samples to Japan. So it went through the airports, all those X-rays and machines. But still, the beautiful hexagonal structure remained by hexagonal, the most powerful geometrical structure when it comes to the energies. And beautiful crystal-like structure, like the Christmas trees. When you look at the molecular structure of the pyramid water, you can immediately say this is energetically alive. This is a happy water. This is a high vibrating water. What does that mean, high vibration? Nikola Tesla, everything is energy, frequency, vibration. We are what we drink. If you drink the spring water, the real spring water, not the bottled water in the plastic bottles, we will vibrate high because that water is still happy. We are what we eat. I won't tell much about the meat here in the state of Montana. We are what we think. What we think. The neighbor just bought bigger, better car. Dad, look at this, babe. He can afford this, I cannot. We are what we think. We are where we go. They tell us, stay within 4 concrete walls and look at this magical box, and they will tell you, how many diseases, how many deaths, how many wars, how many fires. Or you go to the nature. You listen to the birds and the wind. So we are what we are exposed to. If we are exposed to the bad stuff, we vibrate low. We are stressed. We are jealous. We are violent. Or, if we vibrate high, we have the love for the whole world. What is the purpose of our lives? To vibrate high, not to grab, because we will never have enough to vibrate high. And finally, since everybody was attacking me back in 2005, 6, 7, 8, the government was against me, all the archaeologists against me, historians, they were claiming no pyramids. I had to find some ways how to finance the project. I had my business in Houston, but with business you can pay 5 people, you cannot pay 50 or 80. Today we have 72 people on the payroll without a penny from the government. So we opened the project for the volunteers. In the last 13 years only, we have had 3,750 volunteers from 64 countries and 6 continents. They pay for the trip, they pay for the accommodation, which is not much. They work for free, and they come back next year, and next year, and next year, in the range from 8 years old to 84 years old. 8 years, they have to come with their parents. 84, it's advisable to come with their children. So we show them archaeological sites, the pyramids, the tunnels, the beauties of Bosnia, and then we show them our beautiful park, and then we give them tools in their hands. Let them be productive. And they are helping us, clearing the Bosnian pyramid of the sun, and the moon, and the tumulus, and the tunnels. They become part of history. Discovering concrete blocks, the oldest, the best quality concrete. Discovering the prehistorical tunnels, artifacts, organic materials. Sometimes 50, 70 people per shift, sometimes 5 or 10. Beginning of season is June, then July, August, September, October. They are still working there, helping us a lot. Kids. Having fun. We have purchased about 100,000 square meters or 1 million square feet of the swampy, muddy properties close to the tunnels. Transform it into one of the most beautiful parks in Europe. This year only, 2022, we have had 114 schools with the school children, sometimes 50, sometimes 100, sometimes 700 school children, teachers, employees. Thursday, they log the school, they come to our place. It's safe, it's free, they have water, they have shed, they have a lot of plays, they have play there, building different installations, geopunctual half circles, amplifying the energy of the place, labyrinth of love. We also built 3 stone circles above underground water flow, putting quartz crystal. You walk clockwise, you expand your auric field for 10 times. We built also the tennis courts, and the best player ever, Novak Djokovic, opened it up July 13. So what we are doing here, concerts. What we're doing here, it's not archaeology anymore. Archaeology was followed by science, energy aspect, spiritual aspect, healing aspect. We have become the cultural oasis, concerts, dance, music, book promotions, yogas, recreation, sport, harmony with the nature. We are showing the other way. We offer different concept of future. Not transhumanism, where we're going to serve the technology, but future where technology will still be serving us. When I was young, in my 20s, I started writing my first books. And in those books, I thought that I already knew everything. I was giving advices to the whole world. Nobody listened. 4 decades later, I learned one thing. What we need to do is to change ourselves. Once we do that, we're going to become example for the others. And then we can change the physical reality around us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry about that. All right, that was Sam Osmanovich right there, and that was at the Julie Ryder Montana Megalith presentation site last year. Pretty freaking epic, and I hope to go there this year and make it down there too. The Montana Megaliths, it all depends on all of you beautiful souls, and at this moment, please support my work and donate via PayPal or Super Chats. Anyone that can, it is appreciated. I do not get paid any other way, and we are just basically viewer-funded, crowd-funded, and thank you, everybody. But, either way, we keep on going, and we're going to keep on going with the 1,600 pictures, all right? And look at that. Is this biogeology, or is this just a carving of flash floods or flash fossilization? Quite possibly. There's a couple pictures of this guy from different angles. Or is it carved, right? Who knows? Wow, look at this one. I don't know if this is in Africa. I would assume it would probably be like the other ones there. Up the Nile, I think it is. Like, oh, look at this guy. Interesting. Oh, all around the world. Peru, Egypt. Now, what are they doing up there? Why would you be building that? Unless you were taking all of the wire wrappings off of those things so it would no longer work. Yeah, once again, we have another Titan footprint, Bigfoot. And yeah, this one I believe is in Wyoming or Nebraska, maybe. That is technology. This is in Guatemala under the rainforest, still yet to be explored and uncovered. Yet more ruins in this world that need to come to light. And look at this. Looks like people. Oh, another Zeppelin just sailing by. Impossible macro architecture. I believe this is in Iran or Kazakhstan, maybe Uzbekistan. One face, two face, three face, many titans. We have handprint or footprints and dino prints, I think, right there. Egyptian, Sumerian, something or others. See, the blue, red, green. It's like, is it electromagnet gravity possibly, or electrostatic thing? Demigod technologies, right? And it's all gold. That's all conductive macro circuitry. Fractal antenna arrays, is that macro circuitry? It's got to be. Elongated skull covered in gold. This gold arc going up to the back of his skull. She's got this gold thing on top of her. So maybe it was technology that the big heads used, right? That they're mind controlling it all. Ancient aquifer, possibly. Monument. See, it's literally called Monument Valley in Utah, USA. Like, they're monuments of what used to be. And they know exactly what it used to be. They just don't want you to know or see or explore what's in Monument Valley. Holy Mount Zion, Ham, Africa, Eden. Oh, we have Eden here, the ancient world. Look at this, the ancient world. Michael Tellinger would love this. And it's true. And where there used to be Eden is now a desert and buried. And that just the very tip of Eden is Giza, the pyramids, the Nubian pyramids, everything that's already we've exposed. Ancient Historia, myself, they're going through the pyramids that have been hidden with the dam and quarried down and destroyed throughout just Egypt and Nubia, the Nubian pyramids, right up the Nile, and there's so much more, all hidden within inner core, buried. Shout out to Jimmy, Bright Insight, and all that he's shown with the mass destruction, and that all of these deserts look like they've and like Randall Carlson's work with, oh my god, it's like in Washington, and I forget what the heck it's called, but all of this macro erosion of these huge dunes formed from massive waves, tsunamis of catastrophism sizes happening, of these floods and catastrophic events, and that you see in Africa, the Sahara there, in Australia, where the old maps have like the lake in the center going in, just like in the Grand Canyon and Utah, Great Sea, Salt Lake, and everything throughout all there, that it's been wiped out with this ocean salt water that has since killed all life and just left these ridiculously insane, epic, catastrophic ruins that nobody's allowed to access or even fly their drones over. And it's like, what is this from the technology of the civilizations that existed beforehand? There's just, there's evidence of them everywhere. And they were of a much larger size. And interesting. This is in Iran, at least I think 2,500-year-old, might be 25,000, one or the other. Pipe work in an entire city they've dug up now. We've got another one. Let's see, look at this. King Tut even was elongated. Not sure. This is in Yemen, actually, and there's not just one, there's two, and there's a third one, and they try to claim they're volcanoes. I honestly suspect that they much more look like Titan tree trunks. Like, what else can you logically call this stuff, if not super advanced remnants of something else? Like, I don't know. It doesn't look like a volcano to me. Ancient technology, calling it physiological. Like, this is very advanced physics and science. I believe it might be in the Azores or Italy, one or the other. Replication of what they saw. Oh, looks like a Titan fist. Oh, looks like old dude, really. That's pretty freaking epic. Haven't even gotten through the numbers yet. There's so many pictures. It's just, there's so much epic sights. Buried coming to life. Look at this. Like, is this biogeology? Flash fossilized ancient megafauna, Titan, giant biological life forms of past epochs. Like, they were of the gods and the demigods. Like, what? Who made that, or what the fuck is it? And serious science really needs to be done. This is apparently in Egypt. Real giant freaking remains. I don't know. Maybe not. Could be not. Who knows? That looks kind of buried, to be honest. And, you know, a serious building, it definitely has to have a foundation, but looks like it got, you know, should be, you know, what, covered in mud there. Let's see. Yeah, this guy is hollering at him. These are all examples of dolems and megaliths. This is not just randomly, naturally done in nature by glaciers. I'm sorry. It's evidence of either giants, titans, cyclopeans, they're called. They're definitely Bigfoot, Titan foots. Did they carve images of themselves? Who were the master builder, race and languages and societies and peoples? Because here we go. Here's another one of the what they call bastion forts, and in the Siberian wall section of it. And you can see just the very tops of it showing, where in fact it is most likely just as intense, and like 5-6 stories of pure geopolymer concrete layers down into the dirt there, and mud flooded or buried, essentially, if it's the exact same as all the rest of them that are there, which it most likely is. This on top of, these are the rebuilt ones, and now they've excavated a bit of the pyramid that's on top of this mountain in Turkey, Mount Nimrut. And they had the ancient antediluvian king and queen and people's heads. Then they rebuilt, and the thrones, and like just smashed up Titan bodies, but they rebuilt them. And then, you know, look at that. That's looking pretty Titan to me. That's a giant, that's a rock person. Here's some Tesla tech way back in the day. Look at that Tesla tech. Shout out Tesla Tech, Steve Ellswick, and the Tesla Tech channel. I do believe this place exists. I'm pretty sure. Either that, or I got a few renderings of the same thing and it's a video game. I'm not sure. This, though, is real. This is in the Amazon. This is satellite footage of this, I believe, is the actual one of the tributaries of the Amazon River, and buried pyramid cities covered in forest, jungle, more of these pyramid mountains in Brazil, Amazon as well. Look at that, just like Indonesia, just like in Mexico. That's a perfect pure pyramid mountain right there. We got another peak of an uncovered tip of a pyramid, all in the Amazon in Brazil. We have yet another Atlantean, Lemurian, pre-cataclysm megafauna, and this is in Peking, China, I believe. Yes, look at that. Egypt. Hey. Yeah. All right, maybe so. There's a source for this one. Look at that. Cat and whatever that is, a remnant of. God tech. Remnants of the gods. Jaboom. Look at that shit. Like, that's fucking nuts, man. Just how much do you need for it to not be pareidolia? Because they are everywhere. This is all terraced. This is terraformed, macro-scaled everywhere in the world. No matter where you go. No matter where you go. And so many of them have been destroyed, yet we keep finding more and more as the world connects once again. And look at that, the sky's full of the Zeppelins. We need to start making them again. And I bet you they had those Zeppelins powered through electrolysis. They got their hydrogen from water. And you know how efficient those things are? No wonder they hid them out. They're probably flying them around today from one frickin' pyramid to another. Not letting us get no drones up in there, that's for sure. More science of the pyramids. Yeah, this is one of the turkey heads, I believe. in Mount Nermut. I believe this is Saudi Arabia. Could be wrong. See, look at this. Back in the day, South America connected to something that extended up from Antarctica. And there is North America, and look at that. Yucatan Peninsula and Florida Panhandle. They're a lot closer to one another. And look at this. Fascinating stuff. Like, it's painted on a frickin' man. So this place needs to be found because I need to find the video. It's so crazy. They jackhammer it in. They go in with a giant team. And who are these dudes in blue robes? I don't know. But the team that goes in, they literally backpack in with like a military extraction 20-person team with like 5 kayaks, and like they hike it down this freaking cave entrance into this giant underground aquifer, and then you see them freaking just like literally a team of like 5 of them going for a good few minutes. Like it's fire, it's nuts. And then all of a sudden they come up with all of these next level insane parts of ancient aliens. And shout out Nassim Haramein actually, and Klaus Dana, that I believe it's from this location that they got some of those Mexican parts from. Like, look at this. That's Mexico. Oh, did I already go this way? All right, I already went that way. So let us try another way of these photos. Because, like, look at this right here. Boom. Bricks. This is Tartarian Workshop 101. Where in the world could this be? This could literally be anywhere in the world and any age. We got what looks like trees starting to grow on top. Fascinating stuff. All right. Tablets. Look at this. Another star fort. Terraformed island. This may be in India or somewhere around there. If I'm correct, I suspect. And just the macro amount of construction and engineering and resources to build these artificial island fortresses of perfect fractal geometry, and it's nuts. But they're abandoned. Look at this. It's all abandoned today. Who the fuck built this for it to be abandoned today? You know, like, why the fuck did someone go at some point put so much effort, like, to really think about it, to make these for it to be abandoned today? That we are a disgrace. Like, we should, start inhabiting these places. I thought, man, if I find a local megalithic fortress, goddamn rights, I'm gonna start me a homestead up there. But maybe we'll keep that a little off-grid video of sorts. Going through 1,600 freaking ridiculously amazing photos. All of these, whoops, we'll slow down a bit. This acoustic radar, they say. I say they also said it was cloud busting, and that makes more sense. Oh, yeah. Is that where they got the idea of Jesus' face from? Cloud busting acoustic radar. How many? New Zealand, okay, wow. Croatia, wow. Romania, wow. Argentina, wow. Russia, Pakistan, Crimea. And there's one in Bulgaria as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, Romania and Bulgaria. Yeah, Croatia. Wow, man. They're everywhere. Machu Picchu, this guy's side, he is also a Titan face. Not the best angle, but decent. And look at this terraced pyramid mountain. Like, it's just... Oh, and here we have terraced mountains in Yemen as well. This is Yemen. It's everywhere. It's in South Africa. It's in Peru and Bolivia. And Machu Picchu. It's all over the world. More giant footprints, petrified. I don't know. Oh, did I? Can I? Does it? Oh, look what we just figured out. Under desert aquifer, no longer in use. Maybe it is. Probably is. Hopefully it is partly. Somewhere in the world, I think this one's in the Middle East, somewhere they're of a past ancient master builder civilization. Look at that. Like, these people did not build this, okay? They're like, what the fuck? What is this? They're like, huh? The fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's got like... This is a potential case, real potential case of biogeology. That's freaking nuts. Freaking pyramid-y. Megalithic-y as fuck. Pyramidal. Over there. Alright. We've already covered all of these, so we will go fast to get to new ones. And in the meantime, we can always play a little. Science! And that's what it's all about, right? So that gave me time to pull out this epic oopart. 300 million years old from Siberia. Perfect screw. And, another imprint of some sort of metallic piece. But this happens all over the place in Sabaean script. There we go. This is Sabaean script. So this pictographic language of the Mediterranean and European all over and Africa, Sabaean script, ancient, advanced, probably demigod language of, the ancient master, builder, people, giants that had to be. That we inevitably inherited this realm from, that we were created in the image of. This South Africa, more of these pyramid things. This, oh my god, this is close to me. This was just recently discovered in Nelson, British Columbia, the most epic hippie mini city in the mountains, in a dope. So this was flooded from the dam that makes the lake of the Kootenay. Is it? Wow. And yeah, so just discovered, and geoglyphs in Nelson, BC. So I will also hopefully check this site out at some point. The ancient Sumerian star map, 3,500-year-old. Look at this guy, is BurnEye, Sardinia, Switzerland. We have the Taylor site with dinosaur, and I believe there's like human footprint somewhere in there as well. Shout out Michael Tellinger, most epic work along with Sam. Michael Tellinger is just next level. We got to get Michael Tellinger and Stellium 7 together, and I would of course love myself to work or do an interview with this man of One Small Town Initiative epicness. But biogeology and and shout out to Michael Tellinger, just releasing on his channel with Roger Spur and Mud Fossils, and actually, getting into this science of flash fossilized past epochs of mega people, mega fauna, and what the legends are true of giants and titans. See, like this site, the Avis Deckel human dino fossil imprint fossil. Here we go in Asia, Titan footprint. More Titan footprints. Who are these steps for? Like look in Egypt, we got the regular peeps, and we got the demigods to the Titans, or the regulars to the Titans. This is in Utah. Valley in Capiloi at Pelino. White Mountain, Wyoming. This is in Yemen. Oops, did I go the wrong way? Ooh. What do we have here? This U part, quite famous, something like 250 million years. Sorry if I'm just Pushkin City, Harris Beach. This in the Andes you'll see so much of. Pre-Inca, pre-Aztec, maybe Mayan, Olmec, who knows, but it was Atlantean, Lemurian time frame, and these are Tesla valve engineering, perfect to keep the water, perfect steady flow, never eroding, just slightly moving, thousands upon thousands of years old, most likely tens of thousands of years old. It's just absolutely crazy. Oh my, I've missed 135 comments. I am sorry about that. Okay. Nikki B, good to see you, brother. Hope you are well. Nano Foods, TNT, Herb Green, My Cherry Ananoli, Take a Little Trip with Me, Divine Hazel, Herb Green, Nano Foods, no, not really here. Ting Ting Shiny, Brian Evans, One Love, brother. Anybody else, everybody else that has been here and still here, that's just on Crypto Alchemist. We are 3 hours in. Like I said when I first began this stream, I had just spent the previous 10 hours going through and documenting all of these pictures, downloading and acquiring 1,600 photos to blow your mind. And that I don't think we've gotten through all. So this is actually in Iran, and there's identical ones in Peru. So I once said this picture before I said it was in Peru. No, this one's actually in Iran, I just found out. And there's identical ones in Peru, and they're underwater built aquifers, recognized to be in the 8,000 years of age. Most likely, no, they're pre-cataclysm, tens to 20s of thousands of years old. This the real Quetzalcoatl, him in a spacecraft. Look at these elongated titans in there. Russia, 300 million year old Upart. We got the Sabian script. Started going the wrong way again. Here we go. Ancient Japan, also elongated. Ancient Egypt, ancient Peru. Every way you go, you have. This is in Kazakhstan, and look at the outer shell. Look at all of the green. Oh, this is olivite or olive. Oh, it'll come to me. I should know this. I've taken many geology, something. Anyways, but all of the circles, the spheres, this is in Kazakhstan. Olivine, is that where all the olivine has come from? This olivine stone shattered off of all of the balls, maybe. This is Katrina Matoba. Kapalika Rock Tomb, Turkey. Kaki. Kakadu National Park. Joshua Beach, California. This is in Jordan, the brand new discovered Jordan circle geoglyphs. We have Japanese the main Royal Temple, Royal Fortress, Royal Star Fort, Mega Fortress, Mega Polygonal Star Fort, / Royal Palace. Megalithic Japan, Titan in Iran, Titans in Iran, Megalithic Japan. This is the Caucasus Mountains, right where the Tartarians and I am from. This could have been my great-great-grandparents' village for all I know. This is Australia. This is Cambodia, Australia, Africa. This is Lima, or Haka. Yeah, Lima, Peru, Hickle, Ohio. Hickle, Ohio. That is in Hickle, Ohio. This is Gran Sasso, Italy. We have Grandbaby, Colorado. We have Gamar, giant pyramid of the Farsin Islands, French forest and fountains. Supposed emerald tablet. Titan skull. Titan bull. Pyramid Mountains in Russia, Siberia. What it was before to what it is now. What? Great sacred geometry of that macro complex, macro processors. Oh, we still got the iron in there. Fascinating as F. Very, very fascinating. Turkey again. It looks like 5G Bluetooth right there. All right. You kidding me? He's got an earpiece in. Like, come on, man. Yeah. Schumann resonance antenna and the cathedral, eh? Is that St. Paul's? Biogeology, I think so. Flash fossilized, it sure frickin' looks like it. Yeah, that's all gold. That's gold too. This is Saudi Arabia. In Peru. Sumerian with genetically modified. I don't know. Dinosaurs. Interesting. Interesting. That's a Titan. That's a Titan turtle. Biogeology. There's several angles, photos of it. There's so much. This is the Nile. That is the Red Sea of Egypt, and Mediterranean. It's a map. Okay. Whatever they say. Well, on that note, 3 hours and 5 minutes in, we're getting some Starfort things going on. I believe this one's also along, probably the Siberian Great Wall of Tartary. Like, how many do we need? They're all over everywhere. We need to start uncovering them, exploring them, doing tests, uncovering the technology of the gods so that we can reconnect with the gods, because this Bear Mountain, Bear Peak or something. But, just as in Jack and the Beanstalk, the giants in the land between heaven and earth, above, in this above realm, like, what's up there? What's going on? Are creator bigger versions of us up there? Look, fully filled in. Boom. Why did they fill that in? Why did they remove the faces? Well, that's a big dinosaur. That was America. Supposed emerald tablet. Crimea. Egypt. Ben Stone. Shout out Analog. The Archivist, my man. Love you, Ben. The Ben Stone. Nice. Found underneath in the pyramids. All right. How many can we go before I go to bed? Because I've been up for a day and a half. Biogeology case number 10. How many more do you need to change your mind? That's just like, it's identical to Quebec, Canada, and yet it's claimed to be Disney Japan. I just don't believe it. Okay, I'm sorry. This is real. This is also in Saudi Arabia. Titan, dude. Titans all the way. UFOs and Titans all the way. Oh, we got Tartaria. Rosia, Everopa. Praxin, or, yeah, see, Iran. Sorry, not Saudi Arabia, Iran. Oh, this one. Look at that. 1600s atmospheric electricity diagram and science of a gazebo? Are you kidding me? No, this is actually real. They have them in French and German going way further back, and showing many more with the cathedrals and the actual science of them harnessing the energy out of the atmosphere. All right, if you did not know, this right here is actual scientific lost science of atmospheric energy. And the French, the Germans, the Russians, the Tartarians, they all studied it. The Alchemists and the Saxons and the Orient, they all knew it. They all built it, used it, and understood it. And I don't really think I can do better than that. So let's end it so I can get going. I'm broke as fuck. So if anybody wants to support my work, it is greatly appreciated and helps me keep going. Regardless, we will keep going. It's raining now, so the fires will have ended once the snow melts. And happy solstice to everybody tomorrow. I will be doing a lot real science. Let's do real science on the solstice tomorrow, or today as it continues. It's going to be epic. Love you all. Catch you on the next one. Thank you for being here. Have a good day.
You crazy mother. Yeah.
It's just Bernie!
Hey, Bernie, just like last week, huh?
Weekend at Bernie's.
The resonant frequency of the Earth is 432 hertz, and all music was written and played in 432, but it was changed in World War II by Himmler, I believe.
Thank you so much,
behind it, they changed it all to 440. So it's not in tune.
That's right. Yeah,
with us and with nature and the Earth and all that. It's out of tune now.
Bless you.
And so the picture I have up right now is one of Walter Russell's, and it's showing the octave scale and how the octave scale goes through chemistry, creation, through geometry, through sound, through light, and through color.
But I mean, it's always been one of those things I've never really focused on whenever I tried learning piano, like the black keys, why are they there? When you play them, they just seem like off. They just make you feel a certain way instantaneously. It's like a lot of things. It just that kind of connection, that kind of vibe, or whatever it projects, that you get it immediately in that speed.
With the black keys, it sounds like it's the ether more. You know, it's a background subconscious sound or frequency. You know, like to do with dreams and the other realms, which is interesting because when you listen to music today, especially like the pop music. It's got a very heavy backbeat, right? We put you in a certain state where you're accepting with the backbeat, and then they sing all their lyrics into your mind, which is how they program you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Ooh, so that's like if you're resonating with the right harmony, you're getting like up in consciousness or in dreamland. If you're resonating with the dark hole, you're getting sucked back down to like the upside down. No, thank you, Stranger Things.
If I'm doing certain sounds. Sometimes, like if I'm doing like breathing sounds or sounds with my throat, it depends. Like, but some of those frequencies do calm me down, and a lot of those frequencies can be used to trigger people to feel, anxiety as well. And I think that happens a lot, and it's open to conspiracy and to interpretation on how people use those frequencies to really put people at a state of vulnerability. Because music's very powerful in that kind of way that can. Shape even the most strongest of minds.
Yeah, it's subliminal, and also, it's the way I see it too is it's been used all throughout history. If you even goes to back to the biblical times, when they crumbled the walls of Jericho, they used a certain tone and frequency as
trumpets.
a weapon, right? And we're doing it again today. We're coming up with ultrasonic weapons.
Vibrations is important. It's what makes people feel a certain way. It's what makes people, it could be used as a, to have specific things that can alter your mood based upon frequency. So, I mean, it's good to understand different aspects of sound, the very thing that everybody seems to be comfortable with when they hear something called music.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You don't be out of tune.
Think about that. Sound.
And shout out to all of the Real Science APAC team. We will be doing Real Science episode 39 later today. June. I guess it'll be depending where you are. June 21st, the solstice 2023. Shout out to Jeremiah Liminal. They have some epic plasma demonstrations to come out. And I have Science is Sound up. Shout out Ominous beatbox in there. And we're going to have Void is Yin Yang. Void is Yin Yang music major, professor, writer, publisher, and music theorist. Has been on before, coming on for the next Science of Sound, as well as Jeremiah, myself, maybe Mike Boyd, as well as, of course, Ominous, Ken Bishop, the beatboxer, the amazing, my man. And that will be coming up in the next week or two. I have Michelle Gibson coming up in August, but much before then, we have the trip to the Medicine Hat Badlands next weekend actually happening finally. That trip at the same time to Writing Rock, Alberta, ancient petroglyph geoglyph site. Then there is to Drumheller, the site of world famous dinosaurs. I've experienced something crazy giant flying over me in the middle of the night, like I was being hunted. And there's pyramid mounds in everybody's backyard in the main city of Drumheller, as well as mines all along the river, and the hoodoos and the fairy chimneys or the mushroom towers or whatever the heck you want to call them. And they're all in the quote unquote Badlands, in the different provincial national parks and the no-go zones, and where all the demigod, ancient Nephilim, master builder race society, whatever the heck giants that terraform the planet were, and that's maybe the rumors of still existing or finding semi working, maybe living, who knows, down in Antarctica or the Ice Realm, whatever the heck is over there, or the inner Earth, like Gartha, who knows. Shout out to Esra, Mindful Exposure, my sister, making the Crypto Alchemist new logo, also making both the BurnEye and Science of Sound logos, as well as got to get this one to Dutch, King of the Dings, Lord of the Dings, of course, silly me. All right, okay, have I covered it all? No, I was supposed to have a Brucey bonus of some sort. What did I have lined up? What am I doing with the world here? Okay, let's find something, anything at all. I'm just kidding. I could only ever give you gold to end something, to end the stream with. But what? But where? Here we go. Akshardham is a Hindu temple complex in the capital of India, Delhi. Fractal pyramidal. Look at that. Oops. Sorry. Replay. Look at this thing. And what are these? So many questions. So many ancient, advanced, lost places that all this reconstruction, new facades put on it. And sure, maybe some of it is good, but how much is a facade and how much is destruction? How much is restoring? Hopefully they're making them, especially the ones with the monks. I've seen lots in Myanmar, Burma there, that and Laos, that all seem like they're still working, and India and China, Tibet as well, that's way tucked away in like the hearts of the civilizations. Look at this, right? The West is just ignorant to the existence of what? Here. That's not beautiful, but look at that. Real place. Just nuts. Sorry about that. Just what a wild world. What a wild, wild, wild world. Beautiful music, just I can't risk copyright strikes to end such an epic 3-hour plus stream. All of this hidden away, but hidden for good reason, because the West is a destructive, parasitic, war-raging parasite to the world. Whatever's going on, we need to stop it, stop the wars, and get back to humanity's more spiritual, ancient, godly sides of existence. Like, how much of that is gold? Like, is it pure gold? They're like, no, that looks more than just flake. That looks more than gold flake. Like, is that... You kidding me? Look at the terrace. Like, just absolutely epic and beautiful. And why would you put such resources into such magnificent things that are so unpractical unless they were real gods and demigods and beings that were worth be worshiping, or the master creators that built them, those images and statues of themselves, or maybe technology for them. Either way, love you all. See you on the next one. Happy solstice.
Wires that are going, between phone poles. But on many of these phone poles that are clearly, there's high definition picture of them, and you can see wire, and there it is. You can see, right? Okay, the nodes. Now,
I'm so stoked you're bringing this up right now, because I was thinking it when I saw. Yes, please go on about it. I believe this is mid 1850, 1880 in Russia area, so actual Tartar area. And now I'm going to shut up and please explain it.
Okay, you can see there's wire below it, right?
All of these huge fractal array going up above it with no...
Right. Where are the wires coming off of it? Exactly. Yeah. Where are the wires coming off of it? There are no wires on it. And this is all over the world. I'm seeing these in New York, all over the place. And people have just it's just something you wouldn't really think to look at. It's something that you would just assume is there, but it isn't, because there's wires that are clearly visible down below. These are some kind of nodes. Now, they look like they're ceramic nodes of some kind. And ceramic was used to insulate electricity. In all these old houses, you'll find these ceramic nodes that go through your wood and stuff. And they'll drill a hole and stick a whole piece of ceramic through it. Anyway, these have to be wireless, guys. There's no wires on them, and they're all over the world. And they're transmitting. It looks like they're transmitting one to the other, relaying some kind of signal, some kind.
Yeah, I found these on the walls in San Francisco when I was doing a dive into one of the photo albums. They were literally connected to the building.
So just like mini radar antenna array, essentially. That's it. Wireless radar array. You look at
gotta be wireless power, guys.
There's wires going into the bottom.
Radar tracking setup things that it's exactly looks like these things.
They've got some wires going into the bottom there.
Yeah. Wires are going into the bottom. Like maybe that's it's so odd because these are all over the place. There's no wires on them. They're not lights.
And it's is it pulling each one here? So you got a ground on each one.
It's pointing to the church.
Oops. Hear me? Am I muted? Yeah, so can you guys hear me now? Am I unmuted or muted?
I hear you.
Yeah, all good.
Okay. So these top ones on every pole electricity off of the wires and pulling current down, or the drones going up that Mazda and Plasma Channel have done, showing pulling down voltage out of it from the differential. That what these would be are a fractal antenna for harvesting the atmospheric voltage at a lower height, like probably the bare minimum, but multiplied fractal the amount of them, the fractal array of it, the ground.
You're cutting out a lot there, Bernie.
Oh my god, this is just painful to listen to. I played it.
Bernie, are you talking about the electrostatic potential that goes up 100 volts
there we go.
every meter? Is that what you're referring to? Harvesting?
Exactly what we're talking about. 100% stellium. And Matthew Rife on Rife Technologies, him and his partner Hunter
on Friday's video they uploaded on their channel, them replicating where they had their drone take up a Rife star coil. I think it was 1,000 feet into the air, and then getting a few volts. I forget the exact amount. Hopefully this is a better clip.
we were discussing a
little
bit of
trying to get
Yes, yes, we were actually talking about it right before Ancient Historia came in. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Gotcha.
I'm very aware of it. It's intriguing beyond belief that it's taking low voltage to do that.
Yeah, I thought they were using high power. Wow. Is that something you did, Bernie?
This one was Jeremiah.
Is that
JP
your experiment?
reproduced this. This was Jeremiah's.
Okay.
I want to reproduce this one. I'll reuse it. I just need a couple of variacs and the signal generator to be able to control the energy waves going in. Jeremiah and this one considered the capacitor in the top of the capacitor banks there to go, and it was doing this basic atomic hydrogen first reaction here, where it looks like it's producing more steam, especially out of heat potential energy as well in this electrolysis, and a lot of hydrogen or HHO, Brown's gas, H4, who knows what it is that needs to be. We're going to start collecting it when it's in this stage. It's a huge part of the future hydrogen gas, but literally small amounts of electricity will turn your water into the fuel of, it's like the super fuel, hydrogen. It's crazy. Once you start to, and then with this state, and it goes to the bright white, and then it'll cross over to blue purple. It actually, but you need a bit higher, sustained higher voltage in it to get to about, I think, almost boiling point in the plasma as well, plasma arc in it. Maybe even.
So is that just monatomics and then some electrodes, or how is that being created?
Yeah, it's electrodes going, and then it's an arc created between it, and then the gas, the atomic hydrogen coming off of the cathode anode from the water splitting into oxygen and hydrogen. It's atomic hydrogen isotopes that's being produced the most of when it's in this harmonic state. And then you start getting these reactions of like more heat out of just such a small amount of energy, plus the gas that you can then combust for even more energy out of it. So it's multiple over unities or efficiencies out of this, which is just plain water. And
so I wonder if this is similar to what the sun is
doing.
doing.
Now go into this blue
noble gases. In
that one, it's turning the. And happy solstice. We're doing real science next, ending it.